Y así arranca el Es Esto, la fábrica del día de la fecha. Así arrancamos el programa del día de hoy, en esta sección en donde hacemos lo que más nos gusta, que es hablar de la industria de la música. Una industria que hace un par de años nada más cansaba de barcos, de aviones, de containers, para distribuir de un lado al otro del planeta Tierra todo lo referido a la industria esta que tanto nos fascina y tanto nos gusta, y que también ha tenido un montón de cambios con la aparición de las tiendas digitales y eso. Y para hablar de todas esas revoluciones, marchas para un lado, para el otro, para arriba, para abajo y más, nos nutrimos de diferentes diálogos. Hemos hablado con productores musicales, hemos hablado con gente relacionada más con el sonido, también con organizadores de festivales, siempre me gusta decirlo porque fue una de las primeras entrevistas que tuvimos, y con bandas, muchas bandas, como es el caso del día de la fecha, donde nos vamos para Australia para hablar con los amigos y amigas de Baby Smith, que ya están conectados con nosotros. Hi, how are you? My name is Manu, there is Raulo. Are you listening me good?
Yeah, all good.
Excellent. Okay, my friend, this is what's gonna happen now. I'm gonna leave you with my friend Raulo, and he's gonna make the exact questionnaire, the same question we make all bands from all parts of the world, and later we're gonna talk about for the present of Baby Smith, okay?
Okay.
Excellent. If you don't want to respond any question, you can insult Raulo, you can punch them, you can spit, you can tell whatever you want.
No.
Okay.
Peace. Manu, por favor, paz. Peace today. Thanks for your time. See, it's been a pleasure to meet you. We are live. We are going to start with the interview. So please tell us your full name, where are you from, and how old are you?
Okay, my name's Saxon Gable.
I'm Rachel.
I'm from Sydney, Australia.
I'm from Byron Bay, Australia.
And I'm 35.
And I'm 30.
Okay, 35 and 30 y son de Australia. I'm going to make a little translation for the Spanish listeners. Estamos hablando con los dos integrantes de Baby Smith. Son originarios de Australia. You are from Australia, but you are now in Berlin, okay?
Exactly.
Exactamente. Son originarios de Australia, pero ahora están en Berlín y tienen 30 y 35 años exactamente. And can you tell us which is your first memory of you listening to music?
I remember being about 4 years old and I heard Can't Buy Me Love by the Beatles in the car. I was in the back seat. That was my first memory of music.
Mine was also the Beatles, actually, but listening to a vinyl in my house.
Wow.
And Abbey Road.
Wow. And it's really big, the Beatles in Australia, or?
Yeah, I mean...
I guess they're big everywhere.
Okay. Sorry for that.
Raulo is a metalhead, you know. Raulo is a Metallica fan, so
exactly.
Sorry for that kind of question.
No problem. Okay, gracias, Manu. See, and can you tell us which was your first instrument and which was the first song that you learned?
Guitar was my first, actually drums was my first instrument, but I tried learning Smells Like Teen Spirit on the drums, but I wasn't very good, and then I switched to guitar, and I think my first song from memory was Redemption Song by Bob Marley.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think my first instrument was violin, actually, before guitar.
I didn't know.
But I don't know what songs I was playing, some classical songs, I guess. I had to learn it at school, so...
And sorry, this is a personal question. Rachel, you're from Brisbane?
Byron Bay.
Sorry. My accent is horrible. So, no, I have a family in Brisbane.
Okay, yes, it's very close, about 2 hours away.
Wow, very close. Ahí está. That is the little differences that I love about talking about from people all around the world. Always remember, now living in Catalonia, and 2 hours here is like half a country, you know. That is, it's incredible.
In Australia, it's nothing.
Sí. That kind of things is the important things that I love. And can you tell, well, as Manu said, I'm a metalhead. When I was young, I have a black t-shirt, you have a black t-shirt, we are friends, you know. But what happened in Australia when you were young? You have tribes, the metal, the grunge, the punk, that kind of things, or they were all mixed?
Yeah, I mean, there was all the genres were there.
Yeah, I mean, in Byron Bay, where I'm from, there was a big hardcore scene because Parkway Drive is from Byron Bay. And so there was really quite a lot of teenage bands doing hardcore shows, which was quite interesting and fun.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought that grunge was very big. Silverchair, no? It's from Australia.
Grunge from Australia?
See? Yeah. Silverchair.
No, I think grunge is from Seattle.
No, but important in the country.
Very important. Yeah, when I was growing up, I was a huge fan of Alice in Chains and Nirvana, of course. I was crazy about the whole grunge scene, like Mudhoney. It was big.
Perfect, ahí está. Thanks for that explanation. Ahí está. I'm going to make a little translation. Bueno, estamos hablando con los dos miembros y nos dijeron que el principio aparecieron los Beatles de vuelta como primeras escuchas cuando eran jóvenes y después, bueno, nos dijeron que uno empezó tocando la batería, otro empezó tocando el violín y bueno, que había una escena, Rachel nos dijo que había una escena muy fuerte de hardcore en su zona. Parkway Drive es una banda de Australia, yo no tenía ni idea de eso, que había una escena muy fuerte de hardcore y bueno, también nos estaban explicando que el grunge era muy grande en Australia, bueno, y hay fanáticos de Alice in Chains también por ahí dando vueltas. Y can you tell us, are there any places to study music for free in Australia, or you always have to pay?
Everything in Australia costs money. That's the truth.
I mean, there's potentially some free community places, but they're not very easy to come by, I would say.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, generally we are very self-taught. Like we didn't really have like teachers or like pay for anything. We just learnt by time and practice, you know.
Perfect.
And that's free.
Or friends. You meet with your friends, play.
Yeah, a friend of mine taught me how to play Can't Stop by Red Hot Chili Peppers when I was really young, and I spent like hours trying to just like play it. And John Frusciante, when he plays it live, he like hits all the strings, you know. And I always like was really impressed by that. So I practiced that a lot to try and play exactly the way he played. But a friend taught me how to play that. But yeah, you can learn off your friends for sure.
Sí. No, Frusciante is incredible. As a guitar player, he's incredible. Sí. And can you tell us which was the first concert that you went?
The first concert I went to was like, I think I was quite young, maybe like 11, 12. I went to alone, like without parents, you know, I think is probably more important. I went to see like a group of bands was like Franz Ferdinand, Jimmy Eat World, and Good Charlotte.
Ooh.
Good Charlotte.
It's like it was like an indie emo night or something, you know.
I think the first live music and shows I went to was probably more of a festival, because in Byron Bay there's also like the blues festival, and I remember going there when I was very young, but I have no idea who's playing.
No, bueno, that kind of things is important for us. Can you explain, if you want, how blues went to Australia? There are many persons, you know, I'm from Argentina and I'm a metalhead, so I have to ask that. For example, people from Germany, for example, explains to us that soldiers in the Second War, they give the blues to the Germany, that kind of things. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I'm not sure how it got to Australia, but like I know my dad is from the UK and they used to get a lot of vinyls that would come over, and that was the only way, obviously, that they were gonna hear it, that would come on ships and stuff. Yeah. And I guess it was also something similar, like, but he said it would be very rare to like meet another person who had the same vinyls and like the same music. And
I think as well, like, because Australia is so far away, we got everything quite late.
Yeah.
So like, it would be probably like secondhand in a way. So like Australia probably learned the blues through like pop artists like the Beatles, who were really influenced by R&B and all these.
Yeah, or people traveling then.
Yeah. So I feel like it's like kind of a mixed up genre by the time Australians really hear it.
Okay, it's really interesting. You know, Argentine people feels that we are really far away from a distance, big distances, but Australia too. We are really far away from the world. Excellent. Sí. And can you tell us, bueno, voy a traducir porque muy bueno lo que dijeron, Manu. Mirá, ya vienen ahí las influencias. El padre de ella era inglés, bueno, y tiene un montón de vinilos y dijo probablemente nadie los tenga. Muy bueno, eso es muy argentino también. Y bueno, y él lo que decía que como Australia está tan lejos de todo el mundo, probablemente no sea el blues, digamos el roots, el blues race, sino más influencias con R&B y todas cosas, más mezcla, como le llegó un poquito más tarde. Sí. And can you tell us how did Baby Smith begin and why you put that name?
We began, so we moved to Berlin, we didn't actually know each other, and we met here in Berlin, and we started like kind of with another band and just kind of playing around, and that band ended up stopping in COVID, and we were kind of thinking, oh, you know, what do? We still love making music, so we just started writing songs together, and just have been playing for the last few years as Baby Smith. It's been fun.
Okay, so, and you meet, you were for separate two persons from Australia, and you meet in Berlin.
Excellent. Exactly, yes. It was quite funny that we moved at the same time, though, because we both lived in Sydney, and within 2 weeks of each other, we moved to Berlin, but separately we didn't know each other.
Incredible, sí, that kind of things. I love that kind of things. Nos estaban contando, bueno, que son personas de Australia que estaban viviendo en Sydney y de casualidad los dos se fueron con 2 semanas de diferencia a Berlín y bueno, ahí se juntaron, ya tenían otros proyectos, pero ahí fue cuando empezaron a tocar juntos. In August of 2025, you released your first EP. How was the recording process of that first EP?
It was actually really fun because we had like quite a difficult time recording with other projects and recording music in the past, and like also just kind of learning in the past and not really knowing what we're doing, and kind of it was made for a really unenjoyable process at times in the studio. And then this first EP was a bit of a liberation for us, where we could kind of go into the studio and just have fun and just enjoy the process and play the songs and not really like overthink it, you know, just like play the songs and record it and it sounds cool. But we did it in a basement in Berlin.
Whoa.
And it's just like one room, did the drums and bass together, and then
almost all of our recordings are in the same place. It's like a studio that it's really small, has no windows, so you don't know what time it is, you know, it's like...
It's really simple setup, but it's like really good equipment in there, so we make it sound as good as we can, you know.
Perfect. No, the result is beautiful. And you think you went with many rehearsals to the studio, or you make things in the studio?
No, we didn't rehearse, I don't think.
No, I mean, we rehearse together for live shows, but for the recording...
You got kind of as much time as you want, so we don't really rehearse. We just kind of go in and start playing. And
we played with a great drummer as well, and he kind of can listen to a song once and then play it perfectly. So he didn't need to rehearse. He just played, and then we, you know,
so just
figured it out.
Yeah. Wow. Bueno, that changed a lot in different regions, you know. For example, I'm old and I'm over 40, and in Argentina, when I was young, we spent like 2 years rehearsal and then we went to the studio, things like that. See, it's really different. Sí, pero muy bueno lo que nos estaban explicando, Manu, que yo por eso le pregunté también. Están todo el tiempo en un estudio, dicen, muy oscuro, ahí en un sótano en Berlín, grabando, y dice que no llegaron al estudio con demasiado ensayo, sino más que nada ensayan para el resultado, después lo ensayan para tocar en vivo, bueno, pero que dice que le resulta agradable. Sí. Decime.
Una pregunta. I love the way you mix the voices, you know, the way the sound the voice. How you manage that?
That's a good question. I think our aim is a lot of the time is to try to sound like each other. So like...
We both have a very similar voice.
Yeah.
When we sing, Saxon's always singing in falsetto, and I'm singing high, like how my voice more naturally is. And actually sometimes also on our upcoming tracks, which are not yet released, well, actually on Adored, which you just played, it's more that I'm singing more of the lower part and Saxon's singing the higher part, and often this creates one quite full voice over both of us just singing in falsetto.
Yeah.
Oh, bueno.
But I think a lot of it is like us when we're practicing at home or whatever, we just look at each other.
Yeah.
It's like quite weird. We're just like looking at each other and like watching each other's mouth move and try to make sure that we we want to mesh our voices in one so it sounds like a mixture of us two, you know?
Yeah, like a lot of times it's quite difficult to tell who's singing, you know, or like whose voice is more dominant in the mix on the recordings.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. So,
how you discovered it? Because I imagine that was a long time to trial and error, you know? Or what something naturally just appears.
Well, I think for me, like I actually, I've never really been a good singer, so it's like, but like I've always been able to sing in a falsetto voice.
And I think the last band we were in was also like a lead singer that was a woman, and so we were both singing backing vocals a lot that were to match with the woman, and then we were like, oh, Saxon, you're really good at falsetto, you know? And then that's when we started to write some songs with him singing in falsetto when we started Baby Smith, and then it already kind of sounded similar to my voice, and then over time we've discovered more whilst we're rehearsing and writing how to blend them and how to like...
Yeah, I think like we're still like developing it as well. But like this, we're putting out more songs soon that I think we're really getting better at it, you know. And it's going to sound like a lot more slightly different than what's already been released, but like just a bit more polished, or like we've worked it out a little bit more. You know?
Oh, it's beautiful what you're saying. So, sorry, this question, no?
Sorry. The last one. How does it work in live, that two voice? Do you know how the volume to sing and that?
Yeah.
It's been quite a journey, honestly, because our voices are quite soft. You know, when we sing, it's quite soft, and that's been quite difficult live. When we're on stage and we're playing with two other players, there's a keyboard player and a drummer, and you know, it can really be difficult. Sometimes we see videos and you can hardly hear the voice. So it's been a real struggle, but we've both got these microphones that kind of exclude other sound on the stage, which has been really helpful to be able to turn our voices up.
Yeah, and we have to use in-ear monitors, and like we both have our voices like at 110% volume and everything
in the in-ears,
quiet, you know?
Because then when we're on stage, we don't have to use the monitoring, and that reduces the sound on stage, which means we can get our voices a bit louder without the possibility of feedback.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of trial and error, but a lot of times also like it's me singing lower when we sing live on stage, and Saxon's really like got this beautiful texture on the top. And I give like the body and he gives the texture, you know?
You have resolved a lot of problems in my band, at least. See, and can you tell the name of the mic that you use in live?
That's a good question.
I'm like, what?
Mine's a Sennheiser E945.
E945.
And yours is SE-V9, I think.
Or 7? I'm not sure. I
can't
really remember what mine is.
It's one of those.
But mine looks exactly like his, but it has like a red
top
underneath the like wire.
I think it's SE-V9. But
or it's definitely SE, and like I think it might have a 7.
V7.
Anyway, yeah.
Perfect. And you, the rehearsals that you make, you work with in-ears?
Sometimes,
yes.
If we're at home, it's like maybe with the speakers or like without anything, without microphones. We change it up as much.
Yeah, I think it depends. Like if we're working on the set and try to change it, especially like our duo set, I prefer to do it out loud because then we can collaborate more on the transitions when you have the in-ears in. We usually do that more when we're only rehearsing and we already know the set and it's close to the show because you can't really talk to each other as well. But when we're kind of building it or changing things, we like to have it without the in-ears.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Muy bueno.
Thanks for that.
Ray, I have a question for you because you don't only have good taste in glasses, you know. I love the way you fill the space with the bass, you know. What are your vast influences? Digamos, which was chance have impact you most? You know?
Well, I think obviously Paul McCartney from the Beatles. I mean, I'm playing a Hofner bass as well, always. I mean, in our previous projects, I wasn't playing a Hofner, but at around the same time we started Baby Smith, I don't know, I got the Hofner and I really love it, and I always play with like a palm muted technique and a pick. So that kind of gives that sound.
It's probably like probably the one thing that doesn't really change throughout the whole of our recordings at the moment is like, it's always got the same bass sound, which kind of makes it all sound like the same project, maybe. Yeah.
Excellent. Did you see Paul McCartney live?
No. Sadly. But my dad did. He saw the Beatles.
Whoa.
Yeah, he saw the Beatles. He saw kind of like everyone you ever wanted to see. You know, he saw Fleetwood Mac. He saw Pink Floyd. He's seen everybody, and a lot of them also before they were famous. Like he said, the first time he saw Pink Floyd, he was like, what the hell is this? Like, you know, it was like still developing. But yeah, he saw the Beatles before, like he bought the tickets, and then they had their number one hit. And so by the time he got to the concert, it was like completely sold out, and everyone was going crazy and screaming so much that they couldn't even hear them really play properly. And John was like, please shut up, like our amps are not big enough, like.
Qué locura.
Increíble, sí, beautiful stories. Sí, sí,
claro.
Impresionante. Manu, voy con las tres últimas, con la escena, todo, vamos bien. Sí, really thanks for the explanations. You resolved many things that we fight, you know, in the rehearsal room with my band, so thank you very much. Three more questions. Can you tell us something about Berlin actual music scene? How do you feel about that?
The Berlin music scene, I feel like, has changed a lot. I think before COVID, it was really strong for like independent music, and there was like all these little venues and little nights that independent projects could come and play at, and then
they'd put on like 3 or 4 bands on a night, and the tickets were cheap, and there was lots of opportunity to play.
Yeah, and I feel like that COVID, it really affected it a lot.
There's not really hardly any of those nights anymore, I think. And like we've spent a lot of time in London as well, and London has.
¿Soy yo o se cortó el audio?
Se cortó, no, yo te escucho. Sorry, but the audio went away from you. ¿Se escucha, no? ¿Vos me escuchás de vuelta?
Sí, vos me escuchás.
Ahí está. Now it's okay. Now it's okay, sí.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were just saying, like, so before COVID, Berlin was much stronger in the music scene, and now it's like, it feels like it's slowly recovering, but it's also like, I think it's going to take a lot more time. And, you know, I feel like Berlin's always been a really techno-based city, so indie music is going to take a little bit more time, you know.
Yeah.
Perfect. Beautiful explanation, lo que no sé, súper claros son para explicar. Manu, si tenés alguna otra pregunta.
No, cerralo.
Vamos bien, sí.
Quería hablar de la voz, quería hablar del bajo, quería hablar del vivo, hablé de todo lo que quise.
Sí, no, perfecto. We are really happy to meet you, and the way that you explain things are really clever. I don't know how to say. We understand everything, so it's perfect. Sí. Muy bueno. Sí, thank you very much. Sí. Just to finish the interview, 2 more questions. Can you tell us something about Baby Smith future plans?
Yeah, we've just released Adored, the first single of a few more singles. We have another single coming out next week on the 28th. It's called All I Do. We shot a music video for it in Byron Bay, Sydney, and Tokyo in Japan. And
it was just us two, so because we went back to Australia to visit our family, and on the way back we went to Tokyo, and it was just us two with this camera. We took this big camera that was our friend's film camera, and just like
made music,
shot it all. And while we were shooting it, we thought like, this is not going to work, this doesn't look good, but actually in the edit it turned out quite nice. So
So that's coming out next week, and then we've got a few more singles coming out, and lots of music coming out this year. Lots of music.
Yes.
Beautiful. Just to finish the interview, we are going to play Cry. Can you tell us what that song represents to you?
That was actually the first song we recorded as Baby Smith.
And the first song we released.
And it was probably the first song we actually wrote where we thought, oh, this, like, because we were starting to write and we hadn't really like clung on to a song yet. And we kind of wrote that one and we said, this is what Baby Smith is going to be, you know, going forward. And then, we wrote it, recorded it, and we released it first. And it's a nice song, I guess.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your time. We are going to play the song, and when the live shows end, we are going to send you the interview. Thank you very much.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Todo tuyo, Raulo. Llévatelo.
Been